Hello guys, I recently made a video about Thunderfoot and G-Man, uh, and he was talking about evolution and all that, and it's obvious that G-Man's religious. So, as an atheist, I want to explain to people, in case I haven't already, why I'm against religion. Religion is evil. Um, Religion basically says that we want you to believe in this. That whatever the hell was in this boundary is acceptable. Okay? As long as you live within the boundaries that we have made, you can go and do whatever, no worries. It's once you have stepped beyond the boundaries we've set for you that we have a problem with. Okay, that's the reason why you have people who claim that evolution is not true, that it's some story that's made up, that you shouldn't believe in science because it changes all the time. That's the reason you believe it, because it's true. Okay, it isn't some book that was written hundreds of years ago by people that don't understand what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, we have books, okay, that are made by intelligent people. You know, I got something in my teeth. It's bugging the hell out of me. Anyway, I think I got it. Yeah, okay. Got the thing that was stuck in my teeth. It was bugging me. But we have books that were written by intelligent people over centuries that go completely against everything that your book wants you to believe. Your book wants you to believe that dinosaurs existed with humans, even though that's illogical, because dinosaurs would kill us. We wouldn't even be around long enough for us to begin to form, make civilization. And even if we could somehow do that, our population would be dwindled. It would be constantly attacked by dinosaurs. And even if dinosaurs did exist, why the fuck aren't we finding a T-Rex next to a human? Why aren't we finding a Velociraptor next to a dog? Why? Because they're not fucking living at the same time. Dinosaurs died off 65 million years ago. Humans, at least the common ancestry, appeared sometime around 3 million years ago. Okay? G-Man made this case that I want you to give me a concrete answer to the common ancestor, to everything. And the problem is, you can't. It's impossible. The bioinformation doesn't exist. And even if it did, the first ancestor, the first common ancestor to everything, to trees, to life, dogs, cats, dolphins, lions, tigers, elephants, bats, would be a cell. A cell. Which means that when it died, it would just evaporate. There wouldn't be anything left. Even if there was some kind of bio information, you wouldn't be able to obtain it because it would evaporate. It's a cell. It's not like a trilobite with a shell. It's a cell. You know what happens when a cell dies? It just evaporates. It goes away. Okay? A trilobite, we can find evidence of trilobites, these hard-shelled animals that lived in the oceans like 500 and something million years ago. We know that they existed because when they died, their shell was fossilized. And so we can dig that up and say, here's a trilobite. Okay? It existed 530 million years ago. I don't exactly know when trilobites existed, but it was like 500 something million years ago. And then here is another animal, and it existed just under 500 million years ago. Okay, and then here's another animal. This is the first animal with a jaw. This is the first animal with eyes. This is the first animal with legs. This is the first reptile. Oh, that's the first mammal. Oh, that's the first human. We can pretty much point to them. Okay? If you want to find the fossil of a trilobite, we have a basic understanding of where you dig. Okay? We can tell you pretty much with absolute certainty, you want a trilobite, you dig in this layer. You want a T-Rex, dig in that layer. You want a velociraptor, that layer. You want a semi-modern human, you go there. You want a modern human, it's there. You want a the first fish that you would classify as a fish, it's that layer over there. Okay? We can tell you what layer with almost absolute certainty you want to find a particular fossil. Okay, well, dig there, and there. But what the Bible wants you to believe is that you will find all the animals that ever existed on one layer. All on one layer. One or two layers. Before the flood and after the flood. Okay? That's illogical. And it's illogical because I actually happen to have a book. Let me grab it. Donnie. Let's see. This is National Geographic. And see, you have a problem, and that problem is there's land. Okay. A shit ton of land. This is what the earth would look like if the earth flooded. If all the ice on the planet melted and sea level rise, that is the earth with all the water that could possibly be on the planet. That's if all of it melted and sea level rose by like 220 feet. Not even close. Not even half of the earth was flooded. I just proved that to you. I've tried to talk to my father that it couldn't happen. That the flood couldn't happen. And even if there was enough water on the planet, which I just proved to you that there isn't, a boat the size of the ark would be the biggest wooden vessel made by man. And let's say that they could build this giant boat that's about 100 feet longer than the biggest wooden ship that was made by professionals. Okay? You then want me to believe that you knew what gorillas was, where a kangaroo, a koala, all the species of spider that we have found, all the species of monkeys, every species of insect, beetle, snake, reptile, alligator, crocodile, penguin, geese, duck, eagle. I can't really think of anything else. Fox, tiger, lion, cheetah, zebra, hyena. That hundreds of years ago, before we'd even discover what a gorilla was, gorillas were discovered in the 1800s. The 19th century, we discovered gorillas. But the Bible wants you to believe that gorillas just walked on the ark. You know? That kangaroos just hopped on the ark. The koalas, snakes, tigers, lions. Oh, but it was a problem. Australia. There's no land bridge. There's no evidence of a land bridge. Even in the past 1,000 or 10,000 years. So, either the land bridge was eroded virtually overnight, or it never existed. And if there was a land bridge that connected Australia to the mainland, wouldn't there be some kind of evidence of this? I don't know, somebody writing this down, that sometime during this period of human history, you'd think that someone walking around would be like, there was a giant land bridge that formed and then eroded away. Nothing. We have nothing. There is no evidence at all that there ever was a land bridge that connected Australia to the mainland. There's no evidence to support that even if there was, that the animals was walking on it and dying along the way. Okay? Because they would have been. That's how long that's one of the fucking journeys to go from Australia to the Middle East. Or wherever the hell it was that the Noah's flood's supposed to take place. Okay? And even if it did, which I have already proven it can't, you're talking about the Earth underwater for about a year. Okay? So, no trees, no forests, all life, at least on the surface, would be annihilated. There wouldn't be any forests, there wouldn't be bushes, no grass, because this is a year of underwater. There is no sunlight, okay? I mean, this ocean's gonna be above Mount Everest. So anything under this is going to not have sunlight. Oh, but then you hit another problem. Because if Mount Everest is supposed to be underwater, because the entire fucking planet is underwater, okay? Even Mount Everest is underwater. Then you have the problem of air, okay, and temperature. You know how high that is? The pressure of air would be so very little that you would suffocate. And if that didn't kill you, the temperature would. This is before heaters. You'd freeze to death. And if it didn't freeze you to death, you died from lack of oxygen. And you have other animals. So you have hundreds, if not thousands, of living things that are living on this boat, breathing in the air, and producing carbon dioxide. Which, if you breathe too much of that, you die. That's the reason why if you turn on your car and you have your garage door closed, you will die eventually because you would suffocate. Because the air wouldn't be there anymore. All the carbon dioxide from the tailpipe would overpower the amount of oxygen, and most of what you'd be breathing in would be carbon dioxide, which is poisonous, and it would kill you. But of course, let's completely ignore that. The fact that there's not enough water. The fact that even if there was, the lack of air and the temperature would kill you. And even if you could survive that, there wouldn't be any food left anyway once the flood stopped. Okay? So, even if you survived, you die. Every living thing on this planet would be dead, so you might think, well, what about the oceans? Well, the oceans are salt, but the entire the earth has been flooded, so you have fresh and salt, which is gonna fuck up everything. So what's eventually gonna happen, even if this did happen, would be that the heat conveyor belt would stop, and so you would be plunged into an ice age. So yeah, so God basically destroyed every possible food source and then plunged the earth into an ice age. Yay! Thank you. You've just killed every chance of living on this planet, and now we're gonna freeze to death. Thank you so fucking much. Fucking dip. Motherfucker. You a dipshit. You fucking stupid motherfucker. You just killed off the species of everything. Why? Because I didn't like how people was. Well, fuck you then. Okay? I don't like a lot of shit. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna go out and try and kill every living thing because I don't like it. Well, you fucking made it, didn't you? I mean, based on your Bible, you made everything. You made the lions, the tigers, the bears, the snakes, the sharks, the grizzly bears, the polar bear, the humans, the snails, the frogs, toads. You've made everything. But apparently, for whatever fucked up reason, you don't like what you made. So, kill everything that lives on the planet. Or at least attempt to. That's a little extreme. You know, why don't you just eliminate the one thing you don't like and leave everything else be? Just because I don't like a frog doesn't mean that I'm going to try and kill every lion, tiger, shark, fish, human, gazelle, zebra, lion, tiger, polar bear, grizzly bear, snail, frog, or toad that lives on the planet. Okay, if I don't like something, then I simply just don't have any part to do with whatever it is. I don't destroy everything else. I mean, that's a little extreme. That's like if I don't like the color blue, that I'm going to tell people, you can't paint you can't paint your house. Period. Let's just all stop production of paint because I don't like the color blue. That's kind of what we're talking about here. It is a way overreaction to something. I mean that's essentially what it is. It's like God doesn't like the paint color blue, so let's just stop making paint, period. No, you can't do that, dude. It's just crazy. What's scary to me, however, is that people actually believe this. Like, they base their entire life around a book written by people that you can't confirm as credible. I mean, I could write the book and be just as credible as anybody else. I can make a prophecy and it'd be just as valid as the prophecies of the Bible. Okay, let me make a prophecy. Okay, there's going to be a war. People are going to die. People are going to suffer. There's going to be a lot of bloodshed. Tensions are going to rise. The economy is going to continue to plunge. War leaders are going to continue to destroy the value of life. Oh look, I'm right. They are. Oh look, I'm right again. They continue to be. Okay? Like, the problem I have with religious people, the thing that just grinds my gears, is they pick at things. You know, it's like, okay, this helps my case, so I'll take this. That helps, okay. That helps, okay. Let's skip all this. That, okay. This, yes. The rest of the block doesn't help me, so fuck that. Here's my arguments. And they will pick what they need in case, for whatever argument. Evolution, okay, the argument is evolution, this, that, all that, and this. God is at will, okay, that over there, that entire chapter, that paragraph, and that sentence. Okay, alright. Jesus Christ isn't real. He's made up. Okay, that over there, oh, and that over there. And they continue to do this for everything. Evolution's fact. Okay, I'm going to pick this, that, and that. And here's the reasons why I think it's not. Like, you can't reason with these people. It's impossible. Trying to educate these people, they have been indoctrinated with this idea that there's a sky daddy that's going to kill one way or the other if a species or a dust particle in space believes in them or not. I mean, come on now. Let's be real. The Earth is not even the biggest thing in the solar system. Matter of fact, there are things that make the planet Earth look like a goddamn speck. Okay, even in our own solar system. Okay? And the sun's not even close to being the biggest thing. Okay? Like, not even close to the biggest thing. Okay? The biggest thing makes the sun invisible. You can't even see the damn thing. Okay? That's the biggest known star. Okay? But let's expand beyond to the galaxy. Now, that star that makes the sun look invisible is invisible now. That star is now invisible. You cannot pick that star out of the billions of other stars. It's so small that when you point at it, you're actually pointing to like 1,000 stars. It's that small. But even our own galaxy is nowhere near the biggest galaxy. And the biggest galaxy makes our galaxy look tiny by comparison. But the biggest galaxy pales in comparison to the massive universe And if you would look at the entirety of the universe, the biggest galaxy is invisible now. If you pointed at it, you're pointing at hundreds of billions of other galaxies at the same time. And there's no reason to believe that we couldn't have multiple universes that are just as massive, if not bigger. So, how the fuck would an omnipresent, all-knowing being give a flying fuck about a species that hasn't left its own planet yet, besides going literally 3 steps out the front door in space? Because that's the equivalent of how far we have gone in space. We've taken like 3 steps out the front door. We haven't even stepped off the front porch yet. And you want me to believe that there was a being that made every fucking thing that would care one way or the other if you worship him? The motherfucker just made the solar system, the galaxy, and the universe. He doesn't give a rat's ass about some hairless monkey. Okay? That's fucking funny. Grow the fuck up and face reality. Become an atheist. Because that's the only logical thing you can do. And another thing, stop indoctrinating your kids. Okay? Let them have a choice. If they want to believe in a space daddy, then let them believe in a space daddy. But it should be their choice. Don't make them. That's like abuse.